My name is Kenneth Rubangakene from Uganda. After completion of my grade 3 training, teacher's education certificate from Chambog University, I've got an opportunity to serve with a number of organizations that are working on the indigenous issues. With my experience, I would love to engage with indigenous communities to ensure that the rights are not at stake. I am particularly interested in the evaluation position because it will give me the challenges that I need to grow. The growth comes in when we are in direct connection, in contact with the indigenous people. Through 4RS and the indigenous communities in Canada, we shall be able to build up this community and make the indigenous young people to feel at ease as they are growing up. In the process of getting involved in the indigenous issues programs, I have got involved in a lot of activities that involves the indigenous people. Particularly, in 2013, I was nominated for the Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues discussion at the United Nations headquarters. And through that, I got in contact with indigenous people from across the world. The most interesting was my first time to see an Aboriginal person. I was surprised. As she tells the stories of her life, I felt so convicted, and I said, we need to reconcile. We need to make them feel that they are loved. The next moment of transformation in my experience, in evaluation, I was involved in the reconciliation of the wounded people in northern Uganda, where I come from. We had an event at Lokodi. At that point, the indigenous people were killed by the rebels. They were murdered. Over 40 families were killed. The International Criminal Court was taking charge and making sure that the reconciliation was done. As part of the team, I was so felt, and I saw these families really need help. I spent a week. When the team from the ICC left the village, I said, no, I can't leave. Because of their stories inspire me that there are really families who need help, and this help is none other than being recognized, recognizing their value and helping them to know that even if they underwent this massacre, this drastic killing, they still have people who still love them. We still have people who still care for them. Their stories were so inspiring to me. As I stay with them, I talk with young people. You still count a lot. I organized a drama competition with them. They danced. And I was so happy to see them smiling. That was the hope that I needed. And I felt in my heart that, oh, these people have come to be recognized. And that is what we have to do. The next moment of experience, I experienced when I visit another site of massacre, where over 5,000 indigenous people were killed in northern Uganda. Northern Uganda experienced a lot of war for over 20 years. As part of the community, so we organized an event for peace to reconcile the families that were killed. In this massacre, the local people, they really feel oppressed. They couldn't have their voice heard in the process. I had to take an opportunity with my local counterpart. I said, let us show these young people, let us bring them up and tell them that the indigenous people still have power in Uganda. They still need recognition. They still need peace. They still need value. They still need respect. They still need reverence. And without them, we have no story to tell. Through that, we gather for 3 days at the place where they were killed, over 1,000 people. I told them, those who are dead, they're already dead. But you and me, who are still alive, we have a big task to make sure we console the families. We make sure these families who are remaining behind, they are brought to recognition and their value should be kept. They were amazed. And I'm glad that the country has recognized. And I believe the same will be done in Canada. And the Canadian community, the Canadian indigenous people need the same recognition. And when we join hands together, across boundaries, across diversity, across races, together we are strong. Together as one nation, we shall achieve our dream of diversity in bringing into the recognition of the Canadian Aboriginal communities together as young people by empowering them. We shall do it. My passion is to join hands with the international community and make sure that we bring back the hope to the indigenous people who lost the hope. And through that, the skills that I will bring is patience, understanding, reconciliation, respect, and reverence of every culture and tradition. Each of us, we have a breaking point. That sometimes the story that are told is so painful that you feel like crying with them. You feel like you are in their shoes. That breaking point, I will try my best to make sure as I feel their story, I make sure I comfort them. I make sure I try myself, be assertive and be determined to console the Canadian indigenous people as they tell their stories. All the stories sometimes are so pitching that you feel the pain. But as a coordinator, I'll make sure I bring them. I calm myself down. I handled this situation one day when a local young person was telling me a story of how he escaped death from the hands of the massacre. I even cried because he was also crying as he was telling the story. Through that, he felt that I was feeling the same pain he's going through. That is how I will handle it. I'm determined, and I believe that through my activities with young people, I will help them to be fit and make sure their stories come out lively. As a leader, I always try my best to move forward towards perfection. And it is my goal to make sure I learn about the organization and push forward their mission, their vision, and their activities. By doing so, I always keep myself busy as a leader and make sure that the delegated duty is done. I tend to keep myself apart to make sure that the challenges that I have to do it. And I do it with perfection. And through that, once given the opportunity to serve the community of Canada, the indigenous people of Canada, I have hope and courage that together we shall reach our goal. It's my humble appeal that the community of the Canada, the community of the indigenous people, the umbrella of the indigenous people, as a country, we share the same passion. As a country, we have the same origin. It's my passion to get a space where I will bring out my skill, to get a space where I will learn and grow with others. Thank you very much. I look forward to show you the portfolio of my experiences that has been carved throughout the days and the years as I was born and raised from a young child. Culture and tradition was part of me. I loved it and will never make sure it vanishes. That will never happen to me. As an individual, it will be my passion to serve you all. Thank you.